Hello everyone. In the following series of 4 videos on this channel, we are going to be exploring the alternative weapon loadouts for the King Crab Mech. In my couple of previous videos on this channel, I've shown you some of my other King Crab builds, one of which was equipped with the original standard dual AC-20s autocannons, which in some way is closer to the original configuration. And then in one of my first videos on this channel, I've shown you pretty much the identical build, except the dual AC-20s were replaced with the dual AC-20 burst fire autocannons. Now, before we are going to talk about the other alternative King Crab builds, it is worth mentioning a little bit of a background story behind the King Crab Mech chassis. So, the original King Crab Mech was built for the Star League Defense Force at the request of the General Alexander Kerensky. His original design idea behind this mech was to create an assault mech which can either seriously cripple or destroy another mech in one salvo. That was the original design idea, and truth be told, this is something that the King Crab in its original configuration is capable of. And this is something that I've demonstrated on this channel as well when I was showing those dual AC-20 variants. It can certainly either destroy or seriously cripple the light mech or even a medium mech in one salvo, depending on where you hit it, or it can cripple and strip off an armor on a heavy mech, and maybe even the assault mech, again depending on where you hit it, in one salvo. Now, the disadvantage of a King Crab, and the reason why it's often being criticized, is the fact that it has a somewhat limited amount of ammunition on board. It cannot sustain a long fight because it may run out of ammunition rather quickly, and this is somewhat true. And in the builds which I've shown you so far, I've tried to address this issue, and in some ways I actually succeeded, but even then still the amount of ammunition was somewhat limited. It was better than the original, but it was still somewhat limited because I did have to make some compromises as well. Now, the reason why I am saying all this here is because before we are going to take a look at 4 other possible weapon configurations, I'm going to have to tell you up front that some of those configurations are definitely defying the original King Crab idea of either destroying or seriously crippling another mech target in one salvo. Some of those configurations are not going to be able to do something like that. Nevertheless, they are still very, very capable builds. In the past, I've been very successful with those, and they offer some other interesting options and features. And they can do certain things actually even better than the original King Crab configuration. So the idea of the series of these 4 videos was the fact that I've encountered in this system, I did not move anywhere from my previous video, I stayed at the same location, And I saw here the multiple mission contract consisting of 4 missions. Very different types of missions, except for the last 2, which are somewhat similar in their essence, with only one minor difference. So I thought that this may be a good opportunity to explore those different king crab variants. So the first configuration which we are going to take a look at is this one that is loaded with the dual AC5 burst fire. It may look kinda shocking at first, but let's talk a little bit about my idea behind this build. Well, first of all, you know, in the builds which I've shown you, I had, as I've mentioned, I had to make some compromises. I had to downgrade the original LRM15, which the king crab comes with, down to LRM10 to save some tonnage in order to be able to take enough ammo with me. And even then, you know, the original king crab configuration, the one it comes in stock, has the LRM15, and I always thought that this large missile slot is kinda being underutilized. And one of these days I just thought, okay, what can we do to be able to take this LRM20? And not just that, but what if we can actually, you know, supplement it with a good amount of ammo. And as you can see here, not that I only have the LRM20, but I also have 4 tons of LRM20 ammo, meaning that I will be able to shoot this LRM20 88 times. That's actually a pretty good amount of shots, you know, 88 times of LRM20 shots. This is really good. And then, as I've mentioned in my previous videos, I really like replacing the original large laser with this PPC, because it's kind of like more efficient in the king crab chassis, because to be successful with the large laser you need to be able to guide a fast moving target with it as the laser burns, and sometimes it is very difficult to do, especially in a close range in the king crab, because it's a large assault mech and the torso is kinda slow. But PPC is just, you know, you just fire and forget it. You do need to aim well, though. And then, to be able to take so much ammo and have this PPC on board, obviously I had to make some compromises. And I've compromised on these autocannons. I've downgraded those dual AC-20s for this AC-5 burst fires, which is actually one of my favorite weapons in this game. I really like this particular weapon because it's got an excellent damage to weight ratio on top of an excellent long range and a great precision. It is a very precise weapon. And then, as you can see, I actually supplemented these autocannons with a great amount of ammo. And thus, what this configuration does, it actually solves 2 problems of the original king crab design. The first problem is, which was, as I've mentioned, the limited amount of ammo. Here you have actually plenty of ammo, enough for any kind of mission out there. And then the other problem which I'm solving here is a somewhat limited range of the original king crab. These AC-5s, they can shoot much farther than the AC-20s. Those AC-20s, they are somewhat, close to medium range weapons. Mostly, yes, you can sometimes shoot a distant targets if you are a sharpshooter, but These ones, they just work much better at a very distant targets. And then of course I had to use this all these double hit sinks, because the PPC and LRM20, they can run fairly hard if you shoot everything in salvo. And this, you know, even though that these autocannons, they don't generate a lot of heat, they do generate some heat as well. So when you're shooting everything in salvo, yes, you can generate some heat, and these double heat sinks address this issue. Lastly, as far as the armor is concerned, it is exactly the same amount and the same allocation as on all of my king crabs, regardless of their configuration. If you would like to learn more about this, I've talked a lot about it in my previous videos on this channel, so if interested, please check out that section in my previous videos. I'm not going to be reiterating much on this subject here, because otherwise it's gonna be a very long video. Okay, lastly, let me show you some upgrades. These upgrades are exactly the same as on all of my KGC-000 King Crab variant. Just some structure reinforcement, some armor reinforcement, just, you know, some marginal percentage, but it still somewhat matters, I guess. And then these two upgrades are just, you know, there to increase a little bit the firing rate of all these weapons. Lastly, as far as the weapon groups are concerned, I always shoot these dual AC5s in pairs. There is no need to shoot them in singles, because we have plenty of ammo. And then, you know, just three weapon groups in general, nothing fancy here. Pretty basic, pretty simple. So for the upcoming mission, I prepared 4 of these identically built king crabs. Let's go ahead and take this contract. So the first mission here is going to be this garrison duty, which is basically a defense mission. Let's go ahead and take this contract. Some negotiation points. This is something that I typically use. Let's confirm. And let's take all of these 4 identically built king crabs with the dual AC5s and 1 PPC and the LRM20. Yeah, so as you can see, they are all absolutely identical. Same upgrades, same weapon groups, same armor, and same weapons. Okay, let's see how we will do in this mission. And by the way, my lance mates are the same as my previous videos, which are 3 female AI pilots.
Enemy forces are looking to destabilize
so it looks like this is going to be the objective which we need to defend this subject.
And save their facilities in order to avoid starvation. Don't let them down, Commander.
Okay, and we already have some enemy mechs coming up, closing in on us. You see, this is why I like these AC5s so much, because they are very precise at such long ranges. This is something that you cannot necessarily do with those dual AC20s.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Recon has spotted additional bogies, heading along a trajectory that intersects with your position.
This is the Jagermech. It's about to hit my guns, mate. So I'm shooting here everything in salvo, as you can see.
Target acquired.
Let's get rid of that. No, it's kind of far.
Something just tripped the perimeter alarm. Lock and load.
And we have a lot of targets to destroy here. 28 mech targets. I don't need to worry about saving ammo here, because I have plenty of it. I can just, you know, shoot everything as much as I want.
Bad news, Commander. More hostiles
I
inbound
absolutely
on your
don't
position.
need to save
Get ready for
anything
some company.
here. It's kind of far. Moving close, okay.
New target, Commando. Target acquired.
Another helicopter.
Target destroyed.
Okay, we better start moving over there.
Engaging Lance focus.
He just reached.
Target
Okay,
acquired.
I will focus on this Battlemeister. I don't wanna.
I just
Oops.
messed that neck up.
I hate when they are crossing my line of fire. God damn.
They destroyed the storage complex.
Come on, girls, don't be stupid. Don't cross my line of fire. Do your job, but you know, be careful how you walk around here.
Target
See,
destroyed.
I was sniping him. It's got an excellent long range.
Mech destroyed.
Additional
Alright.
tangos en route to your position, Commander. We'll get 'em.
Hostile mech down.
Okay, finish this one off.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Enemy reactor is about to blow. Nice kill, Commander.
Somebody's shooting at me, but I'm focusing on this tank because it can do a great deal of damage.
Target destroyed.
We're on it, Commander.
Additional hostiles have been
Oops.
dispatched. They're heading your way.
My bad.
Target acquired.
Happened to hit. This is kind of an intense mission. They are just coming
Target destroyed.
Enemy destroyed.
from every directions here. Lots of targets. But we are doing well so far.
New target, Cyclops.
Copy. Target received.
Incoming missile. Target acquired.
We'll get him. Copy. Your target. Target mech eliminated.
Incoming missile. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
All guns on shared target.
New target, catapult. Incoming missile.
Wasn't careful enough.
New target, Archer.
about to explode. Clear the area.
Okay, one more, and he's done.
Target destroyed.
Not bad, not bad. So far,
Incoming runner. If you can, give them protection until they reach
okay, some
safety.
friendlies.
Your resistance is pulling in more hostiles from the surrounding area.
It's really far.
Target destroyed.
On the commander's target.
Ah, and then
New
we have
target,
also
blackjack.
something here.
Thanks for the assist, Commander. Why don't we stick around and help out?
Okay.
Incoming missile.
Enemy reactor breach detected.
Target destroyed. New target over.
Target info received.
Some two Orions closing in.
Target
There's another
acquired.
one.
Ammo low. Target destroyed.
All guns on shared target.
Target destroyed.
Well done, Commander. The
Okay,
area is secure.
3 rounds of LRM20 has been left. I've used it a lot, but everything else, as you can see, was totally fine. Okay, what did we salvage here? Let's actually take this double hit sinks, because why not? And then what else? Okay, I might actually sell some of this stuff. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Alright, 9 mech kills, not bad. 7 kills for this one, which is actually pretty good, and then 2 for this. Could have done a little bit better in here. But we did it. I really like this mech, and particularly I enjoy how well it performs at those long ranges. As you saw, I was mostly working at distant targets in here. No components were lost. Let's actually go ahead and check what's going on in here. Yeah, nothing has been lost. Very quick armor repair. And then I have some job rewards in here. This is nice. I'll take it. Okay, well, this is another possible alternative weapon configuration for the King Crab. I do actually like this build, and I really like how it works at those longer ranges. Of course, this kind of defies the original idea behind the king crab, as I've mentioned. Nevertheless, it is still a very capable and an interesting version. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and please stay tuned for the next video, where I will be showing you another possible king crab configuration. Thanks again, and until the next time.